Out of all the moves in Mewtwo's kit, arguably nothing is more important than Shadow Ball. As Mewtwo's main projectile, Shadow Ball serves as a jack-of-all-trades move in Mewtwo's neutral, advantage, and disadvantage state, ranging from a combo starter to kill confirm. So in this video, I'm going to go over Shadow Ball as a whole and how to use it in the various game states of Smash. And to do this, I've enlisted the help of Anbil, the head researcher for the Mewtwo Discord server and one of the best labbers of any character in Ultimate. Together, we will go through the various combos Mewtwo can perform and how to apply it in neutral, advantage, and disadvantage state.
Hello, I'm Anbil, and I'm going to talk you through how to use Shadow Ball as a combo starter and how to use Shadow Ball in advantage. First off, let's talk about combos. Shadow Ball is a safe and sometimes even plus on shield combo starter, and it leads into everything. Combos into literally every move in Mewtwo's kit. Shadow Ball is a relatively complex combo starter, seeing as it can be used at almost every percent, but to use it at any percent you need to know what kind of Shadow Ball you want to use at the different percents. So, generally speaking, fully charged Shadow Ball at 0% is a very reliable combo starter, even from point blank. However, at 10% and above, medium charged Shadow Ball is better. To combo off of an uncharged Shadow Ball, you need to fire the Shadow Ball from a distance and catch up to it. It won't combo from point blank until about 300%, so don't try that. But if you throw it at a roll distance away, it'll start to confirm at about 70%. It's all about catching up to the Shadow Ball. Now, after you've thrown the Shadow Ball, you need to know what to follow up with. And the answer is pretty simple, because down tilt is almost always optimal after a fully charged Shadow Ball at 0%. This is versus every character Rosalina or heavier. This is because characters lighter than Rosalina will get knocked into tumble and will be able to DI it. But to solve that, you can either throw a almost fully charged Shadow Ball, or you can follow up with an up tilt. Now, for what combos to use. The easiest combos include Shadow Ball to dash attack, F tilt, forward air, and jab. These are the easiest combos, but they're not optimal. At low to mid percents, medium charged Shadow Ball confirms into almost all of Mewtwo's bread and butter combos. Now, with the basics out of the way, here are some of the most optimal combos off of the Shadow Ball. In addition to all of these combos, there are also a ton of Shadow Ball kill confirms. So if you want to learn them, check out the video I made titled 50 plus kill confirms with Mewtwo.
Moving on from combos, let's talk about Shadow Ball in the neutral. Of course you want to perform these combos, but first you have to find an opening in your opponent's game. In general, Shadow Ball's main use in neutral is to condition your opponents into an option. This is the forefront of Mewtwo's signature bait and punish playstyle. Once your opponent chooses an option, you should have enough information to predict and punish accordingly. Fortunately, Mewtwo has a ton of ways to counter an approach. If your opponent runs up in shields, you can grab or rise in confusion. Once you've conditioned your opponents to expect this, you can start mixing up your options by doing empty hops and even just letting the Shadow Ball fly. If they run up to attack or grab, shooting the Shadow Ball will out-prioritize or clank with most attacks. You can also opt to shield or spot dodge and then punish accordingly. And if they jump in, Mewtwo can anti-air with a forward air, up air, neutral air, or even Shadow Ball. You can even avoid the situation altogether by canceling the charge and dashing back to bait out their landing and then punish. If If you decide to approach, the point of Shadow Ball is still to condition your opponent into an option that you can punish. Throwing low and mid-charge Shadow Balls in neutral will force a reaction from your opponent and give you an opening to initiate your combos. This will typically force your opponent to shield, jump, crouch, or even reflect the Shadow Ball. How you respond to this action will dictate how you follow up with a punish. This is valuable information you can use later on in the game. Notice, for example, how this Ridley punishes my approach with a neutral air at a shield. So the next time this happens, I will keep this in mind and approach with a faster attack which will beat out his neutral air. It's also important to see how your opponent adapts to your pressure. I have conditioned the CSS to shield the Shadow Ball, which allows me to get an easy grab. And later on in the game, she started jumping away and landing with an attack, which I can then pick up on and then quickly punish. What I've shown you are the grounded approach options using Shadow Ball, but what if you wanted to approach through the air? Jumping in and then B-reversing a Shadow Ball can bait out an option which you can then punish. Keep in mind that you can also mix up your aerial approaches with a fast fall forward air or neutral air. Since Mewtwo thrives off the bait and punish strategy though, it is usually smarter to bait out an option rather than initiating the action. It is important to find the balance between baiting and approaching, which will come through hours put into the game.
But now we move on to Shadow Ball in Advantage. Shadow Ball in Advantage is used in 4 different ways: combo mix-ups, zoning, kill confirm finishers, and most importantly, ledge trapping. First of all, combo mix-ups. If you notice that your opponent is trying to attack or air dodge out of your combos, you can punish those habits hard if you have a medium to fully charged Shadow Ball at hand. This is because Shadow Ball will beat almost any offensive option while simultaneously covering air dodges. Obviously, they can jump, so only use it as a mix-up or call-out.
Prøver ofte på den. Ja. Nice. Veldig bra zone game. The door is over here, man!
Just like in neutral, Shadow Ball can be used to zone in Advantage. It can be used to limit the opponent's landing options or to force a high or low recovery, as you can see in the clips I just showed you. As I cover in my kill confirm video, Shadow Ball can be used as a kill confirm finisher after a landing up air or a pop up in air. However, I have to stress that these are very niche kill confirms, and you're usually better off going for something else. But it's good to note that you have the option. Now, ledge trapping is the place in Advantage where Shadow Ball really excels. Shadow Ball can cover every single ledge option against most characters at once. And there's a pretty simple flowchart. The way to do it is by standing approximately at roll distance and either reacting to a roll, a normal getup, or a getup attack, by calling out a jump from ledge, or by hitting the opponent's ledge hang. The opponent can react to you firing the Shadow Ball, but even then, you will know their timing and you can punish accordingly. Well, that was it for my part of the video, and I'll hand it back to NotBae.
Last but certainly not least is disadvantage, the game state where a character's options are limited, such as the ledge, recovering, or trying to land. And once again, Shadow Ball can come in handy in the correct situations. When at the ledge, a double jump cancelled Shadow Ball can be used as a mix-up from a ledge jump. This can be used as a get off me option or to just scare your opponents from ledge trapping you. Keep in mind, however, that this is a mix-up and it will lose to lingering hitboxes since Mewtwo doesn't have any invincibility once he's above the ledge. You can also opt to wall jump into B-reverse fully charged Shadow Ball as a get off me option. This can be further mixed up by doing a turnaround special instead. As mentioned in previous videos, B-reversing and wave bouncing Shadow Ball can be utilized to mix up your landings and recovery. This combined with teleport and confusion can allow Mewtwo to move exceptionally through the air to reset neutral or even take advantage. It is irrefutable how important Shadow Ball is in Mewtwo's game plan, but its proper use can be deceptively unintuitive. So hopefully we've explained Shadow Ball in such a way where you can now apply it to your game. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something useful. If you did, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing if you would like to see more. If you would like to interact with me outside of YouTube, feel free to join my Discord server, which is linked in the description below. Lastly, I would like to give a huge thank you and shout out to Anbil for providing the information for this video. If you're a Mewtwo main, definitely check this guy out on YouTube and Twitter, as he is the #1 Mewtwo researcher and is just a great guy in general. That's all I have for now. Stay safe everyone, and I will see you all later. Peace out.